Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Hakuoki Kyoto wins. And hold on, I took a break between recording these two parts to get lunch, and I brought my tissues away, and I need them back because, as you know, we have allergy problems today. So I'm gonna need these right here. We ain't gonna last an hour without sneezing or blowing our nose or something. God, I hate having allergy problems. I really do. And there's no reason for it. There's none at all. Anyway. Ahem. Shortly after Nagakura had left, the outside became pitch black. Also, we're in Nagakura's route at the end. I think we know this, but you know where we are. Anyway. I realized I didn't do the intro like normal. I said we were back with Hakuoki Kyoto wins, right? I'm in the right game, right? Ugh, what happened? I'm not drunk, I swear. It's allergies, my head, I can't, whatever. Just as he'd predicted, the guns and cannons had ceased for a short while in the night, but after a few moments they returned. I wonder if, like he said, they'd have trouble hitting people in the dark. Nagakura said they wouldn't, but please come home safe. Luckily, I had an immediate distraction in the form of treating the injured. It was midnight. Nagakura's troops, who'd served as the retaliatory forces, had returned. But not Nagakura. There he is. Man, this blows. I lost so many good men out there. We knew he was coming back. I mean, come on. Welcome back, Nagakura. Are you injured at all? Nah, fine. No injuries here. I'll let my men get blown up and I'm fine. I mean, that's usually what happens. It's sad, because you know that with them, they're in the front. You know they're not like, you guys go and I'm all the way back here. You know that's not how they roll. But yet somehow they just manage and they're like, and everybody around me died except for me. Wow, magic bubble. Anyway, so does this mean we were able to make some headway this time? No, not really. The enemies aren't as dumb as I thought, so I guess they prepared for a night attack. The place was all lit up. I got cornered, so Shimada had to come and rescue me. No, I didn't do much. All I did was pull you up from a wall, Captain. Anyways, I made it out this time. But if they're covered in all their bases, then I don't know what else to do. Nagakura vented his frustrations toward me, and it was clear he had no other outlets to channel how stuck he had felt. Eventually, Nagakura's words came to fruition. On the following day, January 4th, the dawn was met with the return of the enemy's rain of cannon fire. The Shinzengumi had hoped to launch a counterattack, but the power and range of the cannons made close combat almost impossible. Not only the cannons, but the new guns, too, at the enemy's disposal had a range and accuracy beyond what our men could deal with. As each wave of men was met with cannon fire, our side suffered more and more casualties. I could barely keep up with the amount of men that were pouring into the infirmary. Frustration seemed to pervade amongst the many warriors from their inability to advance toward the enemy fort. You okay, buddy? Nagakura used lighthearted talk to motivate the men who slumped as they walked. Did you sneeze? You sneezy too? Hey men, why the long face? The enemy's base is just right there. We're gonna blast through them this time, so everyone follow me. His attempts to cheer the men raised their spirits a bit, and he charged to the front of the line. Of course he would. When afternoon had passed, one of the enemy cannons was pointed at our headquarters, with one of the cannonballs smashing right into it. Cannons pounded the Fushimi magistrate's office, and the ground shook with each impact. Hijikana, we can't take any more of this. That cannon up on the hill is tearing us apart. If we try and go up there, their guns will mow us down before we even get close. Their rifles have impressive range, and the gunners are skilled. One out of every two shots finds its mark, despite the distance. Where's Shinpachi? I can't find him. He took 15 men from the 2nd Division to attack the enemy line. Attack the enemy line? Is he insane? The answer to that is probably yes. He's gonna die out there. I could see muscles working in Hijikata's jaw, but he said nothing. His face was pale, although whether from fear or tension, I couldn't tell. Outside, the roar of cannons continued unabated. Just when it seemed certain that Nagakura must have perished, of course he's not gonna die. Hold! Hold! He just waltzes in here like he came back from fucking grocery shopping. Hey guys, I'm back! Shinpachi! Cries of surprise filled the room. You're alive. What? Do I look like I'm a ghost? Go ahead and touch me if you don't believe it. He grinned as he wiped a thick smear of blood and dirt from his face. Anyway, it's impossible to get to the enemy line. Some Aizu guys went ahead of us, but I heard they got pushed back too. Commander, there's nothing else we can do. Please order the retreat. His brow furrowed, and he scowled furiously. Whoa, what's this? Where's the smoke coming from? Cannons must have set the building on fire. We need to get out of here or we're dead. Hijikata, we have to retreat. At this point, yes. Even Nagakura's pleas seemed to fall on deaf ears. Toshi. Until this moment, the Shinsengumi had never known defeat in battle, but they were helpless against the firearms of the Satsuma and Choshu. The Shinsengumi was Hijikata's life. Defeat was hard to accept. Temporary defeat. I lost the battle, but I'm gonna win the war! No, we're not, but whatever. You know, just the thought that counts. After what seemed like an eternity, he let out a long, ragged sigh. I guess this is the end. Nobody can win a war with swords and spears anymore. Aw, don't feel sorry for yourself, it's okay. His knuckles turned white. There were several more minutes of tense, breathless silence before he finally looked up, his eyes burning with fury. I mean, now you might be able to, because, like, could you imagine if you're, like, sitting there, ready in a war, and you got your guns ready, and then, like, some fucking ninja comes fucking in with swords and, like, chopping everybody up? I just have a feeling you'd be like, wait, what? And before you could even process what the fuck was going on, you'd be dead, because you wouldn't expect it. Or, like, I'm expecting them to shoot us from way the fuck over there, not have some ninja fucking assassin with some swords up in here. Like, I mean, I'm just saying. Take my ass by surprise, right? Because nobody uses ninjas. Like, I'm just saying. It's kind of funny, actually. Oh god, war is a terrible thing. But, like, I'm just imagining, like, a really, really cheesy fucking movie right now with all that going on, and it's amusing. It's the only way you can handle it. Anyway, there were several more minutes of tense, breathless silence before he finally looked up, his eyes burning with fury. We're pulling back, but we haven't lost. They'll pay for this. Fury wasn't the only thing in those eyes. Behind them, I could see a bitter, desperate agony. Under Hijikata's orders, it was decided for us to head to Osaka Castle, where our allies from Kyoto Castle and the Shogunate were waiting for us. We were to hold the castle as a fortress and eventually move to counter the Satsuma Choshu. Hold. I go on random rambles and, like, I don't have to sneeze, but the second I go back to reading the game, I have to sneeze. It's like fucked up. Oh, so that's the plan, huh? Damn it! Nagakura didn't seem too thrilled with Hijikata's decision. I told him, it's not over yet. God, yes, that was right, okay. Well, it doesn't mean this is over just yet. We've only just begun. I desperately tried to console Nagakura, who seemed to have lost himself out of anger. I mean, we're gonna hold the castle up this time, right? If we can prevent the enemy's artillery from reaching us, we could win, right? After hearing my comment, a light returned to Nagakura's eyes. Yeah, that's right. If it's Osaka Castle, it'll hold no matter what the Satsuma or Choshu throw at us. It's like, damn, Spacey, you're fucking smart. I know how to appease you, big guy. Like, you're right. We've only just begun. Thanks, Spacey. He nodded firmly. And so, the process of retreating from the Fushimi Magistrate had begun. A diversion team comprised of a few able-bodied soldiers was ordered to draw out enemy forces as the wounded moved to the Yoda and Osaka castles. I had joined Inoue in guiding our injured men to the Yodo castle. Oh, a bad idea. But Nagakura and Harada were tasked with leading... While Nagakura and Harada were tasked with leading the diversion team. Well, we'll head out first. Please stay safe, everyone. Right, we'll be right behind you. Again, take care of her.
Of course, I promise to take her to the castle.
Then we shall take our leave. See you at the castle. This isn't goodbye. We'll see each other soon, okay? Okay. Thus, Inoue and I set forth for Yodo Castle with the injured soldiers in tow. But you know what would happen in reality? You'd be like, okay, it's not goodbye! And then he would leave and you'd be like, I never got to give him a kiss, and he's gonna die. That's what's gonna happen in the, like, unrequited love ending. We'll be like, we're waiting for him and he's never gonna show up. It's harsh, man. In order to escape enemy detection, we cut through the forest and we finally arrived at Yodo Castle. Hijikata's hope was to use the castle as a new staging area, where he could garrison our troops and launch ambushes from. Unfortunately, that's weird. Why are the gates closed? Do you think they're already preparing for battle? There were no guards outside the castle, or indeed anywhere we could see. It was uncomfortably quiet.
No.
He stood for a moment, absently rubbing his chin in thought, before finally making a decision.
We're here on the orders of the Shogun. We have come to request your help in battle against the rebels who would dare challenge this country's rightful rulers.
His voice echoed out through the stillness, but no one responded. I'd almost begun to think the castle was simply abandoned when... Oh, look! There's someone in that window. Huh? They've got something shiny... No.
Get down!
Huh? Inoue grabbed me by the wrist and pulled me down just as the gunshots echoed from the castle walls. My eyes darted around, but there were no rebels nearby. That meant the bullets were meant for us! What's going on? I thought the Yodo were friendly.
Either they've already been overrun by the rebels, or they don't want to ally with the side they think is going to lose.
We need to get back to the men.
It's dangerous to stay here.
But Hijikata told us to get reinforcements from Yodo. Inoue only shook his head. Hijikata told us to get reinforcements, so what are we gonna do? They're against us. I guess we're not getting the reinforcements. Shut up, Spacey, and run.
It's clear by now they're no longer our allies. The longer we stay here, the more danger I put you in.
And you, because you're gonna die. This is where you die, isn't it? Oh my god. Why does his head look like a triangle? Hold on. If we leave, then what's gonna happen to Hijikata? What's gonna happen to the Shinsengumi? Let's just try and talk to them. Oh my god, you are so fucking stupid. If we explain what's going on, I'm sure they'll understand. I'd never seen Inoue glare at me before. That's because you're being a dumb fuck.
That is enough. I want to go back to Toshi with reinforcements as much as you do. But my job here was twofold. To ask for reinforcements and to protect you. If something happens to you now, then I'll have failed him twice. Now come on.
You can't fail to get reinforcements when the reinforcements aren't on your side. Like, I don't really think that's his failure, so... There was nothing I could say.
Now we should be going. I'm sure the men we left behind will get worried if we aren't back soon.
Okay. God, she's an idiot. Maybe we could just talk them into it. You know what? Space, you just go and you talk. You're gonna get shot. You're a dumbass. Such a dumbass. What? We were nearly to the location where we left the rest of the soldiers, but something felt wrong. Huh? Weren't they supposed to be here? As we looked around the location, we couldn't see a single soul present. Did we get lost?
No, we couldn't have. It should be just up ahead.
Then as we rounded the corner, I noticed a few bodies in the distance. Inoue! There's someone over here! It seemed as though they noticed us too, and they walked over casually without a sense of alarm. They were 3 foot soldiers. Foot soldiers, the title given to infantry soldiers of a rank lower than samurai. Since the Satsuma Choshu soldiers' uniforms had tight black sleeves, we could tell immediately that these men weren't enemies.
I wonder what domain they're from, or if it's around here somewhere.
The soldiers approached us, one of them coming to speak and the other 2 silently observing their surroundings. Excuse me, have you seen any Shinsengumi warriors around here? I wouldn't trust them. I don't think you can trust them. Shinsengumi? Yes, there should be a group of injured men around here somewhere. I didn't see any. So you guys Shinsengumi too? Yes, well, I'm a page and he's...
I am Genzaburo Inoue, captain of the Shinsengumi 6th Division. So with whom are the lot of you affiliated?
Not you. My, you're a Shinsengumi captain. Where? Just as he'd said that... Oh.
Yukamura, get away from them! They're from the Yodo!
Inoue pushed me to the side, standing in between me and them. Oh man, did we give ourselves away? So I guess if you're a Shinsengumi captain, that'd be perfect. Your head'll make a lovely souvenir. It was as if the wool were pulled from my eyes. They made no attempt to hide their animosity.
You all, you're going to betray the Shogunate and stand with the Satsuma and Choshu?
Shogunate's been dead for a while now.
No need for us to continue allying with weaklings. Yeah, it makes more sense to side with this Asuma Choshu since they're currently on the up. Just random voices. When Inoue heard their words of treason, he unsheathed his sword from his scabbard. The soldiers backed away, getting into their stance. Yukamura, hurry! Make a run for it. Tell one of our men what you've seen here. No, Inoue, let's go together. Without giving me time to finish, Inoue charged towards the 3 samurai. Go now! Whoa! You bastard, you want to fight us? Oh, he's going to kick your asses. He is going to die, but I hope it's not from the 3 of these assholes, because I feel like he can take them. If they had guns and they shoot him, no. Like the one scene where he died, it was like, he just got shot by a bunch of people. It's like, well, there's really not much you can do about that. But if he's fighting them on he better motherfucking not die here. He's gonna die with one of the demons, or when people shoot his ass. Okay. One of the soldiers clashed his blade with Inoue's, the metallic clang ringing in all of our ears. This would be the saddest death for him, I'm not even gonna lie. Because again, every other time he's died, it's because he runs up, there's a group of soldiers, and they have guns, and they all shoot him, and it's like, you're not RoboCop, you're not walking away from, like, an array of, like, a fucking firing squad, right? That's understandable. He's fought demons and died. He fought what's-his-face, Takeda, but he was half a demon. He was a fury, and he had a demon arm, okay? And he died. So he's fought and died, like, aside from, like, normal human, a bunch of humans with guns, he's only died fighting, like, demons, or a bunch of, like, these 3 motherfuckers. He should be able to get out of this. I feel like this would be the saddest death for him, because you'd be like, wow, really? Like, oh, man, he seemed so much stronger in other rounds, like, he deserved better. In a way, deserves to die better, that's all I'm saying. Like, he's gonna die, he deserves to die better. Anyway, one of the soldiers clashed his blade with Inoue's, the metallic clang ringing in all of our ears. The other 2 soldiers unsheathed their swords, too, and they circled around Inoue. He wasn't able to move around when... Ah! The 2 men standing beside Inoue slashed at his torso, and blood started gushing from his body. This is not fair. He should not be dying like this. Inoue's sword dropped from his shaking hands, and then he grabbed the man in front of him. Hey, what the hell are you doing? Let go! He turned around to look at me. What are you doing? Hurry and run! So not his voice, but it's okay. He's angry. After Inoue screamed, the samurai pulled away from him before drop-kicking him to the ground. The 3 samurai were drenched in his blood, and they began to stomp viciously on his body. Inoue told me to run. He screamed at me to run for help, but I couldn't fucking run, dumbass! How dare you call yourselves warriors! Infuriated, I drew out my kodachi, and I lunged forward towards the 3 men. Okay, you know what? In this case, I'm okay with this. Ah! Yeah, good. You know what? I screamed involuntarily at the top of my lungs. What the hell? I slashed at the first warrior in front of me, but he sidestepped my attack easily. It's because you suck, but it's okay. At least you tried. Just grab him! The foot soldiers grabbed a hold of me easily, and they shoved me to the ground. You tried. I was covered in mud, but I didn't care. Instead, I grabbed my kodachi, jumping straight back up, and I resumed my fighting stance. She should have... Okay, hold on. Allergies. But at this point, she's done some training with them. She's been with them for 4 years, and she's a fucking demon. She should be a little bit less than useless. I mean, she's trying, so she's a little bit less than useless technically right now. But I'm just saying, you should be a little bit more than this. I mean, yeah, okay, they're 3 warrior men, but you'd just be like, I run and they kick you, and you're like, oh, that would be me trying to fight fucking, like, samurais, right? That would be me. Like, I'm gonna run at you, and you're gonna stab me, and you're like, shit, that was a bad idea. She should have a little bit of a better chance. Like, I ran and I cut him, even though it was a little and it didn't hurt him, and then he kicked me, and, like, I suck at this, but at least I tried and I managed something as opposed to, like, get kicked. Like completely useless, like I would be in this time period trying to run at a samurai. Like, I'm gonna suck at this. She should be better than me, is what I'm saying. She's not, though. It's like... Plus, she's a demon. Bitch should be able to do something. Like, oh, she's a demon. She's a female demon. I get it. We're not as strong as a man demon, but, like, we have nothing. We are, like... The fuck? When are we gonna get demon powers and be able to, like, have some kind of strength to do something and not be goddamn waste of space?
I just hate the weak women characters. Like, I know that there are going to be times where you need to be rescued. And I appreciate this where she's at least trying. But, like, she should be able to manage, like, yeah, I slashed at him and I cut him, but then he kicked me and, like, it sucks, but, like, something, not... You're just like, oh, your attempt is even sad. Her attempt is about as sad as me, like I'm saying. She should have better skills than I do. I'm just saying. Slightly better skills than this. It's just... And yes, she's not going to be like, totally kick ass, I'm going to save the menfolk. Yeah, they're still going to have to come save you, but you can at least somewhat hold your own at some point. You know, just a little bit. Bird, what are you doing? You're being weird. Okay, anyway. Ugh. The men grinned as they looked down upon me, and they drew closer. I'll never forgive you guys. I may not be able to kill them, but I could never bring myself to forgive them. No, because it was a Shinsengumi member. I can't let him down. Ah! A big shadow loomed from behind me, but before I could look to see it, it dashed past me and stood before the three samurai. It's Nagakura. You know what it is. The mysterious figure sliced the soldier in front of him in a flash. How is it not mysterious? Come on. Ah! What the hell is going on here? That voice. His back. He's a person I know well. Nagakura? You had to know. I mean, we're in his path. Come on. I already asked you once. Answer me. Well... As the soldier stuttered, I chimed in to answer for him. Nagakura! They're men from the Kyoto domain. They betrayed the shogunate. They attacked Inoue. Kicked his ass. What? You sure about that? Do you see Inoue on the ground bleeding to death? Fucking yes. What do you think I am, an asshole? Nagakura's intimidating frame scared the soldiers, and one of them rushed to make an excuse. No, it's not like that. He was already wounded. We were only trying to save him. How dare he? How dare he lie? No, he's lying. They were the ones that killed Inoue. You piece of shit. Say your prayers. Nagakura screamed in fury as he raised his arm, but the samurai threw their katanas to the floor, begging him for forgiveness. Don't forgive them. Kill them. Nagakura stopped. But please, spare us. Our domain made us do it. We didn't want to. That's bullshit. Yeah, we didn't want to betray you guys. You sons of bitches. Things aren't looking so good for you. That you beg for your lives. I won't let this go. He swung his sword up as his hand shook with rage. Nagakura gritted his teeth before making the move. Then... Nagakura... Inoue struggled to get to his knees, let alone stand up. Again, you're alright? You're alright. I don't think so. Forgive them. Without any anger or malice in his voice, he asked the soldiers a question. You guys were ordered, but did not want to hurt anyone, right? That's bullshit. They were like, yeah, you had to make a nice prayer. Really? Really? Inoue, really? You're nice and sweet and I love you and all. But I'm just gonna... Inoue, just die quietly and let Nagakura kill these motherfuckers. Okay, I'm just saying. Because they were so happy about bringing your head on a pike, bitch. Don't forgive them. No, Inoue, don't you be a better person than us. That's right. After nodding in response to the soldier's answer, Gen turned to face Nagakura. But please, not in front of her. He doesn't want them to die in front of me? Wondered if he could forgive them for what they'd done to him if they apologized. As long as they were commanded to do so. It'd be one thing if they just attacked, but they were making taunts. They were taunting you, like, yeah, your head's gonna look real good on a stick when we bring it in. What? Yeah, boys, we're awesome, 3-on-1. And now Nagakura shows up, and they're like, we were forced to do it. No, you weren't, you motherfuckers. We're like, hey, we're forced to do this. I'm really sorry, but we gotta kill you, man. Just because those were my orders. But no harm, no foul, dude. We're just gonna have to kill you. And he'd be like, they didn't really want to, but we had to. Like, but I couldn't take that as the truth. But Nagakura cut me off. Okay, again. He turned to each of the samurai, shifting quickly between them, and yelled out. Alright, you bastards. Leave your swords and get the hell out of here. Don't you dare show your face in front of me, or else next time, I'll kill you. How are you gonna recognize them? Okay, well, we're sorry. The remaining two samurai didn't stop to look at the corpse of their comrade, and they tossed their blades to the ground and ran off. You two alright? I'm fine, but Inoue's... I ran towards Inoue, and his arms and shoulders are covered in a still-flowing tide of blood. It needed her immediate attention. I took out my handkerchief and did my best to wrap it like gauze around his wounds, put pressure to stop the bleeding.
My wounds may be deep, but I'll be okay.
No, you won't. No, you won't. Shh. In a way, you're gonna die. But I feel happy. No, you're dead. You're dead. Monty Python moment. That really should have been on the board too, because we have a lot of these. I don't know why, but Monty Python and the Holy Grail is always in the back of my mind somewhere, and there's always a reference popping out. So, it's true that the Kyoto betrayed us?
Indeed, it appears so.
Inoue winced from every movement, so I took it upon myself to answer in his place. As soon as they learned we were part of the Shinzagumi, they drew their swords. Damn them, those bastards! I shouldn't have let them go. No, you shouldn't have.
Nagakura, don't do that in front of her.
Yeah, I know. I'm worried about those wounds, Gen. Come on, grab my shoulders. Oh my god, you know what? I just want a CG of him, like, carrying, in a way, like, either on his back or, like, bridal style. Oh my god, hold on a second. It's funny, I should read these before I make comment. I'm making that comment thinking in my head as I click the button, didn't even read this until... Nagakura grabbed Inoue's arms, and he tried to put the old man on his shoulders. And then a gunshot rang from a distance, and Nagakura's body shook violently as if hit by a force. What the... As Nagakura tried to gather himself, more gunfire came ringing from the distance, and this is where he turns into a fury. Gah! The two men screamed, crumbling to the ground in front of me, and I'm just standing there like... Did I not get hit? They were shot? It was happening so quickly. I couldn't process what I was seeing or hearing. I too got down to the ground for safety, and as I tried to reach out to the both of them, in a way, Nagakura... As I reached for them, a shadow appeared behind us. They're the Shitsugumi! They're the murderers! Fire at will! Did that son of a bitch come back? I could hear their voices approaching us closer. They were the samurai that Nagakura and Inoue had spared just moments ago. I told you should have fucking killed them! No good deed goes unpunished, motherfuckers. No! No! Spacey, hurry! Run for it! No! No! I don't want to! Nagakura! I tried running up to the two of them, but the continuous rounds of bullets made it dangerous for me to approach closely. Inoue, who writhed sluggishly on the floor, drew what little power remained in him to lift his arm. He reached in the chest pocket of his kimono, and from it, I saw him I was wondering, I'm like, Nagakura didn't take the water of life, so how is he gonna get it? What are we gonna do, run away and come back? Like, Inoue took it. And he's gonna be like, Nagakura, you must take this and I will die. I knew Inoue was gonna die. This is a little better. He couldn't prevent being... So the stabby thing, like, I was like, oh, he can't die this way. Being shot at from the bushes by a bunch of cowardly motherfuckers. I can't blame him for that, you know what I mean? He's like riddled with bullets. You're like, there's nothing you can do about this. But like, 3-on-1, he could have kicked their asses. Come on. He can't die that way. But he died for being... See, this is what you get for being nice, in a way. I'm just telling you. I told you you were dead. You should have just let Nagakura kill him. He reached into the chest pocket of his kimono, and from it, I saw him pull a small glass vial, radiating with a brilliant crimson liquid. Inoue, what are you doing with that? The fears of Inoue's potential decision came to mind, and my lips started trembling. Oh, he's gonna force him to drink it! Oh, I mean, you knew Inoue wasn't gonna take it. You knew Nagakura was going to, but that's just... Like, I knew in my head, and yet at the same time when it happens, you're like, oh, Inoue, you're so cute, you're gonna save him and let yourself die, you're such... This is my fault. It kind of is. I should have let you kill them. You should have. It's okay, Inoue. We love you anyway. Inoue removed the cap of the vial with shaky hands. That's why you're a better person than us. You let them go. You tried to be nice. I'd have just killed them. But who was right all along? Me, by the way. Such an asshole. Pen, he placed the bottle upon the lips of Nagakura, who appeared to drift in and out of consciousness. Nagakura.
Nagakura, please forgive me. But a young lad like you cannot leave us so early. Please, you may hate me someday, but please protect Yukimura. She needs you.
She needs me.
Yes, that's right. So please, tell me you understand.
Can I understand?
The thing you...
So hard to talk in their voices while stuttering and dying. It's just difficult. After struggling through those words, Gen put the vial to Nagakora's lips and emptied the bottle into his mouth, which I couldn't bring myself to watch. No, you... Okay, Spacey, here's the thing. I know you don't want him to be a Fury, but death? Fury. He's dead? He's alive, but kind of like a monster like you. I'm just gonna go with the Fury monster alive thing is way better. It's way fucking better, right? Heisuke's fine. Sonen's not really fine. He's a little... But, you know, still. Saito's fine. They're all fine. The only person who didn't take it is Harada. But all the rest of them are fine as Furies. They're managing. Sonnen is a little bit... We gotta watch him, because he's gonna be a little... He's the one that's like, let's just slaughter everyone. Not, I don't think when we were in his path, but in every other one we have to watch out for him. But the other guys are usually fine. They're okay. They're fine. Besides, you're a demon. You need, like... It's cool. It's fine. It's fine. Spacey, it's fine. Before I knew it, the samurai who'd cowered before us earlier had returned to our side. Oh, kill him this time. This way! Send backup! We'll take his head and offer it to the Satsuma Choshi as a gift. No, you won't. As the men screamed their orders, a group of lower-ranked warriors had surrounded us. Their expressions were inquisitive, probing us. Then the circle began to enclose on us when... He looks good with white hair. It's a good look for him. Ugh! Nagakura stood up with a righteous fury. Shinpachi Nagakura, too. He drank the water of life and became a fury. The only person... He looks at... Look at this. This is adorable. He's got his adorable Shinpachi face, but with like a white hair. He looks good with white hair. I'm not gonna... His hair turned snow white and his eyes blood red. No, Nagakura... I sat idly on the floor watching him, and all I could do was stare helplessly in horror. Oh god, get over yourself, girl. This is fine. I'd be like, kill them all. Oh shit, he's alive. Fire at will. He's like, my name's not Will. Gah. Oh. Nagakura leapt at them before the soldiers could even position their guns, and he slashed them one by one. He looked like a demon. No, like a fury. Gah! In the blink of an eye, he'd quickly slaughtered 5 soldiers without mercy. Good. Other samurai who had watched it happen lost the will to fight, turning their backs to retreat. Nagakura, or the fury who resembled Nagakura, spared no mercy as well for those who ran off. No, he shouldn't. And he shouldn't have spared them. And see, we're, like, I get it. I was like, no, forgive them. They didn't want to. Again, who's the smart one here? Spacey. The Spacey. Pointing at myself. Not the one in the game. Me. Kill those motherfuckers because they wanted your head on a goddamn platter, okay? No, fuck them. Oh, we let them go. And then they came back. No, Nagakura, don't kill them. Fuck them. It's war, bitch. They need to die. I'm a terrible human being. Oh, again, that's why you're a better person than us. But you still died, and Nagakura wouldn't be a fury if you had slapped their... fucking killed them both. Just saying. Just fucking saying. You should have killed them. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to Inoue. He's a much better person than us, but kill them, Nagakura. Fucking kill them. I'm the little devil that sits on your shoulder and is like, kill them. I'm a terrible person. He'd nearly flown forward, slashing their backs. Nagakura, please stop! But please, Nagakura! Nagakura! I screamed desperately to get him to stop in hopes of reaching him, but I wasn't enough to stop him. Nagakura was consumed by his beastly instincts. Was there nothing more I could do for him? Oh, he's protecting you. Shut up and let him do it. As Nagakura was inches away from the flesh of the back of a fleeing soldier, a figure appeared in front of Nagakura, grabbing the swinging blade with a bare hand. It's not really bare. He's got gloves on. You, too, have now chosen the path of a fury, huh? That means it's time for you to die. Nagakura dodged every punch and jab thrown at by Amagiri, his reflexes teetering on superhuman. Amagiri barely dodged a counter parry, ducking under Nagakura's blade before jumping back. We might actually get 4 parts, because the end of this chapter is really long. When Amagiri reached to intercept the sword with his fingertips, a drip of blood came from them. A swordsman with your skill gaining some fury powers, eh? This might be a problem. Wait, Nagakura didn't want to become a fury. He was just trying to protect me. He tried strengthening himself just to save me. He didn't. He was forced to drink it in a way, by the way, the dead guy over there, so who would I blame anyone? But also, yeah. Blame your people. He wouldn't be a fury if your people hadn't shot and tried to kill us. I'm just saying. Maybe you should just take a step back, bitch. Whatever, this is all your fault. Your fault, dude. Eyebrows. It's all your fault. As he backed away from Nagakura, Amagiri slowly glanced around his immediate vicinity. Then his eyes found Inoue curled in a ball on the ground, surrounded by gun-wielding Kyoto warriors. These are Kyoto men, I see. I think I can guess what happened here. I don't understand what the deal is with eyebrows, because he's always like, well, we gotta go. Why does he seem like he's on our side more than he isn't? Like, it's really weird. It's really just like plot convenience, like, oh, I gotta go, because otherwise, like, the story would be over. We wouldn't have plot advancement of the demon showing up, but he always stops. Everyone's like, okay, gotta go. Thanks for fighting with me for a little while. Peace out. And you're like, what the fuck just happened? Where'd he go? We weren't done. I mean, I'm glad you left, but like, what the fuck? It's really weird. However, I can't really let this guy just slide into the state. With stern eyes, Amagiri glared intensely at Nagakura at his feet. Amagiri glared intensely at Nagakura as his feet shifted in position. Okay, that makes more sense. Time to go all out and stop you. Please don't get mad if I accidentally kill him. For a brief second, it almost seemed like Amagiri's hair flashed brightly, then Nagakura raised his sword to strike as Amagiri's tight fist came to meet him. Nagakura's sword stopped mid-swing, inches from Amagiri's face. The demon's fist met with Nagakura's solar plexus, knocking the wind out of the latter. Nagakura's eyes grew wide and he coughed blood as he fell to the floor. Just got demon punched. That apparently hurts. As I winced from his pain, I ran up to meet him. Nagakura! Nagakura! It looked like his animalistic frenzy was over. His hair returned to its usual color. I'm impressed that all it took was a punch to knock some sense back into him. If he's got that much toughness, I'm sure he'll be back to his old self in no time. But if he's looking to continue using his new fury powers, I'll have to do whatever it takes to stop him, even if that means killing him. No! Nagakura isn't that kind of person. Plus, fuck you, dude. Amagiri, like, you're not the police of humans. You're a demon. You don't police humans. God polices humans. Or this purple spaghetti monster, or, like, Buddha, or whoever. Like, I don't know. But, like, you don't police humans, though, demon. Back off. By the way, if you know Sebastian, have him give me a call, because he's fine. By the way, I don't know what game it was. There was one, and I was looking up a game, and I was looking up the voice actors to see if any of them were, like, Code Realize people. And one of the names, I was like, this name sounds familiar, and I can't figure out why, right? So I'm like, he's been in another game. So I look, and I'm like, okay, I couldn't find any of the game. Like, I swear he was in a game that I had been looking at recently, right? Like, one of them, like, either this one, or, like, one of the ones we've been playing. And I couldn't find it, but I was like, oh my god. Oh my god. He's fucking Sebastian from Black Butler. So he's in one of our games somewhere. And I swear to God he's in another one. I swear to God, but I cannot figure out which one it is. So I think whatever. So I didn't research much further, but that's fucking amazing. And I'm just like, I'm not going to be able to play. I can't remember what game it was. Fuck. But I'm like, I'm not going to be able to play this game because I'm not going to be able to do a voice for this character because all I'm going to fucking hear is Sebastian from fucking Black Butler in my head and I'm not going to be able to do that voice. Like, I can't. We might have to turn the voice acting out of that one just for that. Like, I don't know why. We should have the voice acting on, like, really low. But I think it would be too distracting. But there's a part of me that wants to turn it on now, just because now we're like, ah! But then I wouldn't be able to do the voices, or I'd have to try to sound like them, and it just wouldn't work. So, I don't know. But I'm just telling you, that was amazing. And I was like, I don't know, we should get bonus points for that. Just because. It's fucking Sebastian. Anyway. Amagiri sighed coolly, but after hearing the determination in my voice, he nodded. Very well. He's all yours then. You can have him. Excuse me. I don't remember his voice really. I just knew it was something deep, but anyway, it doesn't matter. As quickly as he'd appeared, Amagiri turned and vanished instantly. I won't let what Amagiri said come to fruition. Oh, much I can promise. Because Nagakura will always be Nagakura. Oh, I'm gonna pass out. I tried to wake Nagakura as he laid collapsed on the floor with his mouth slightly open. Ouch. My tummy hurts. My tummy hurts. Adorable. Nagakura! Nagakura? His eyes opened gradually, as if he'd awoken from a night of heavy drinking. I'm so glad to see you. Are you okay, Nagakura? He's gonna be like, could you stop saying my name? I know who I am. He swiftly rose to his feet, looking around him. Whoa, Spacey, you alright? Where'd those guys go? How's Ken doing? Oh, you stopped them all, Nagakura. You saved me, but Inoue had been shot. He verified that all the men were dead by constantly looking at the ground, as if assuring himself, and he'd finally seemed to relax. Then he gazed at Inoue with forlorn eyes, touching the old man's body gently. See, he is the old man. He's probably 30. Wait, I thought I'd been shot. And then, after that... Damn it, what's going on? Nagakura had trouble putting together the pieces of his memories, scratching his chin thoughtfully. Could Nagakura really have forgotten? Did he forget drinking the water of life earlier? If he truly had no recollection of these events, then it was clear what my responsibility was. Not to tell him. No, tell him. No, Spacey! No, the bullet just grazed your head, and in a blind rage you subdued the enemies. Then after you defeated them, you collapsed from exhaustion. You had me so worried. Nagakura seemed dumbfounded as I desperately tried to convince him of this story. Ah, Spacey. He's gonna find out he's a Fury at some point, and then he's gonna be like, so I'm a Fury now, and why didn't you tell me? And you're gonna be like, ah! And he's gonna be like, fuck you, that was not cool. Because that's not cool. Soon after, though, his cheeks became rosy, and he picked at them nervously. Oh, well, I don't really remember much, but I kept you safe, huh? Yes. That's good. As long as I protected you, that's all that matters. It seemed as though Nagakura was satisfied, and a sense of relief seemed to wash over him. He's like, why do I have all these bullet holes in my clothes? No idea. Moths? Clothes imps that they cut holes in your clothes when you're not paying attention. You should watch out for that. It happens. Looks around nervously. The wonder of his gaze through his surroundings, however, brought a sad look to his face. Really shitty what happened again, though. In a way, protected me. Right, I know. Ken, I want to take you to Osaka. For now, forgive me and let me bury you here. Mind helping me out? Of course. Nagakura and I buried Inoue's remains a small distance from the forest path. To us, at least, the last we saw of Inoue as we laid him into the ground seemed peaceful. After this task, we headed back for Osaka Castle where the Shinsengumi were waiting. And then someday they go to, like, build a building there, and they're like, random body! Yeah, we're definitely getting another part out of this, because there's no way we're doing this ending and the... Nagakura and I arrived at Osaka Castle on the cusp of dusk. Shibachi, you bastard! You're safe! You had us so worried. Yeah, but Gen's done. What do you mean, done? Kyoto betrayed us. Some scumbag shot him up. Took around 10 men with him. Ken, I see. Kondo and Hijikata won't want to hear this. Yeah, Spacey and I buried him. As Nagakura and Harada exchanged the tragic news, Saito suddenly joined their conversation. God, he's so fucking pretty. Glad to see you safe, Yukimura. Nagakura and Inoue protected me. As I responded to him, he turned to face Nagakura, whose dejected face piqued Saito's curiosity. Yeah, couldn't tell you much if I'm being honest. Nagakura seemed hesitant to speak about the period in which he lost consciousness, so he glanced up at the castle to change the subject. So what's the word on defending the castle? Any updates from the front line? Oh, about that. Harada looked away, followed soon after by Saito, and he brought his voice to a murmur. Huh? This gave me a bad feeling. One I was right about. Allegedly, once the Shinsengumi had gotten to the castle, the Supreme Commander, Lord Yoshinobu, had already fled to Edo aboard a ship. His ship. In my mind, such terrible leadership was unforgivable, but supposedly it was necessary. The Satsuma Choshu troops were seen marching under the banner of the gold brocade flag, which was a symbol reserved for the true imperial army. This meant the shogunate were marching against the empire's official military body, which could label it as the enemy of the state. Lord Yoshinobu's discovery of this fact made continuing the war a less than palatable endeavor. To top it off, Katamori Matsudaira, the Kyoto military commissioner and superior to the Shinsengumi, had departed with Lord Yoshinobu. The evacuation of the shogunate's executive leadership was told to no one, a bitter move. As soon as news of this was brought public, the shogunate army forces retreated to Edo like snow avalanching down a mountain. The Shinsengumi, for whatever it was worth, were the only soldiers remaining who held Osaka Castle. Hijikata was pressed into making a decision, and ultimately he was forced to retreat to Edo as well. When Nagakura learned of all this, he nearly blowed a blood vessel from anger. What the fuck? Oh, you won more points for that. That's a Hijikata line, but I love it. I love it when they swear. This is so me. Like, when Supreme Commander up and ditches his men. It's unheard of. Enemy of the state. Who cares? Osaka Castle is more than enough to stop them all. I always hated the Mito feudal lord. He always kisses the Imperial's ass. Mito domain. One of the 3 houses of the Tokugawa. The domain and their daimyo have had strong nationalist tendencies for generations. Daimyo. I always say that wrong. My brain doesn't read it right. I don't know. Hey, Hijikata. Let's just do it all on our own. We still got time. Sorry, Shinpachi. The wheels are in motion. Damn it! Hijikata later became preoccupied with preparing the forces for their eventual move to Kyoto. Nagakura, on the other hand, couldn't shake this lingering funk, sulking and locking himself in. No matter how much Harada, Saito, or myself called out for him, he'd stay locked in his room. That's when the idea came to me. I scavenged the Osaka kitchen, scouring for food. I'm sure Nagakura would be hungry eventually. If he ate something, maybe he'd cheer up. I know, nobody likes you when you're hangry. Have Snickers. Even if I had planned on cooking something, the kitchen seemed almost unusable. Or rather, I remembered it was forbidden to start a fire within the castle for safety reasons. Despite this circumstance, I finally found a batch of roasted rice stashed away for emergencies. With hot water, I found a way to soften the rice, and I took it to Nagakura. So how are they eating? They're like, we don't. There's a rat! Thank God! I just eat it raw. Ugh, gross. I went to the back corridor of Osaka Castle and found Nagakura alone in a hallway. He was sitting alone, and he was gazing into the starry sky above. I was surprised to see he'd left his room. This alone brought me a sense of joy to see. Nagakura, would you like to eat? It isn't much, but I made something for you. I handed the bowl to him, but Nagakura chuckled darkly, and he sighed before answering in a low voice. Oh, food, huh? Thanks, but I don't really have an appetite. Did you eat? I'll eat later. Hold on. Can you eat this for me? Starting to think I don't get hungry because my body's going through some changes. It's okay, honey. Everybody goes through Oh, wait. Not those ones. Oh, no. Is Nagakura beginning to realize? Does he remember what happened to him? What should I do? No matter how much I tried to avoid it, I knew I couldn't hide it for much longer. This much, at least, I was sure of. Heisuke told me that he could eat normal food, too. Nagakura, as I'd stumbled through my attempt to lie, Nagakura took the initiative and spoke aloud kindly. Yeah, I think I remember. I got shot, fell down, then I drank the serum. So I'm a fury now, eh? It's all kind of fuzzy, but I remember Ken saying... Nagakura remembered everything. As I tried to replay this moment in my head, I recalled how useless I'd felt, and my body shook while the tears dripped down my cheeks. Nagakura, I'm so sorry. All I could do was just watch. I couldn't stop in a way. I'm so sorry. I needed something to hold on to, so I'd grabbed onto Nagakora's sleeves tightly and hung my head. His large, gentle hand kindly patted the top of my head comfortingly. Eventually, he began to speak warmly as I continued to hold his arms. Told you, didn't I? It's all a blur to me. He told me to protect you and not die yet. That only I could protect you. So I made the promise to him, didn't I? That's why Ken made me drink it. I think he also told me that I'd probably hate him for it, but I couldn't hate him for that. Nagakura, I looked at him with puffy, sore eyes, but Nagakura smiled back at me all the same. Look at how pretty he is there! Holy shit! You don't expect that beautiful face. The CGs, you're like, Jesus. Like, the CGs are always like, why are you so pretty? All of them. Don't cry, Spacey. I gave my word that I'd keep you safe. Ken made me promise it. I couldn't hate him. If anything, I thank him. Besides, no matter what happens between us, you're the one who said we can figure it out as long as you're alive. But Nagakura gave his usual bouncy laugh. Well, the fact that I'm a Fury now can't be helped. Gotta figure it all out as I go. Anyways, as soon as we get to Ito, we'll start fresh. It's a pleasure, Spacey. It's like, okay. As the moonlight shone brightly in the sky, Nagakura gave me a smile to match. His warmth and kindness were contagious, and I nodded firmly as thoughts of him gave me strength. We've only just begun. Not a lot of romance going on in that. Not as much. He's like, we're out of the friend zone, but at the same time, it's kind of like, you know, that one is kind of, I kind of expect the no romance, and at this point, I'm like, I'm not disappointed because there's no romance. There was like, not a lot of, they kept calling us a sister and like this, and it's like, I'll protect you, and it's like, there was like less romance here than Asahi does back. But it's okay. We've gotten used to this. Anyway. So we'll do the little end thing, and then we'll end this part, and then like we'll do a short part next. The short part's gonna just be the bad endings and the unrequited love endings. So I don't know how long those are gonna take, but the bad ending usually doesn't take a lot, but I mean, that's adorable. What's the matter? Why are you squeaking? You're like, you're not a velociraptor. You be quiet. You're so cute. Sorry, I'm talking to the bird. Like, he's sitting next to me, but he's like, not making nice chirps. He's like, ah! You sound like a crotchety old bird when you make noises like that. Like,
I'm so old. Get off my damn lawn.
I think it's funny that Idea Factory and Idea Factory International, but like it's licensed and published by Idea Factory International because it's like they're the same company. It's one's just international, like to like localize shit. January 1868, but I guess they're considered different. But the Battle of Tobo Fushimi ended with the Satsuma and Choshu victorious. As the Shogunate troops retreated, the Shinsengumi headed toward Ito. 4 years ago, I came to Kyoto all by myself in search for my father and met the Shinsengumi. I'm going to leave the city of Kyoto where I made fond memories with the Shinsengumi. During battle, he was drawn into a fate he didn't wish for, and I've chosen to walk alongside him. That's definitely different. We're going to head to Ito without knowing what fate awaits us. You're welcome. I read that fast because it's basically the same every time. Slightly different wording, like he was drawn into a fate. He used his body to protect me. Or he sacrificed his body to protect me. Whoa. So let's see, actually, because we have about 10 minutes left And we could probably go 15, maybe. Let's just actually go and do... Let's just try to do the bad ending and see what we can get. The bad ending. Okay. Low romance. Yes. I hate doing this. Okay, anyway. Okay, so we're going to skip through. We'll do the bad ending, and we'll see if we can do the unrequited love ending. I think we should just do it, even if it's a little bit longer part than normal, just because it's not going to be... We'll have like 20 minutes max in the other one. I doubt it's going to go that long, so... I wish we could just skip to choices so we didn't have to go through all this, but it's okay. This is the only part, is like we have to skip, but the bad ending comes fast, so... Bird. You're like making the weirdest noises. It's like he's half asleep, but he's like talking in his sleep. He's like, He's making those weird honky squawky noises. But they're quiet, like he's sleeping. What are you doing? You sound like a duck. You'll come back, right? Oh, right. We didn't get that first. Oh, because the low romance, we didn't get that first choice. Okay. You'll come back, right? Yeah, of course I will. Don't worry about a thing. Just wait here for me. I have to respond firmly, or I was sure that Nagakura would remain troubled. So with... I couldn't sneeze during a skip. So with all the energy I can muster... All right, be careful out there, Nagakura. Nagakura smiled at me warmly, and he walked away to return to the battlefield. Okay. Bird, I gotta move. Can you just come? No? You're gonna be that asshole? Well, you're so not hand trained. Oh, we have to make a save here. Save. Save! Save! He's green. Okay, so we make a save here, and to get the bad ending, we say, that's unfortunate. You've all worked so hard. That's unfortunate. I can tell how frustrating it was for Nagakura. All that effort to end up retreating like this. Just as this thought was simmering in my mind, Nagakura regained his composure and began to mutter aloud. Honestly, Hijikata's way is probably what's best for us. At this rate, the Fushimi magistrate will fail. I know that already. Or fall. We can't help it. I guess I'll start preparing to go to Osaka Castle. Nagakura tried to shake himself into reality. Right. I decided that I'd follow suit and get on board with the same mindset. Okay. So all the same stuff happens. Maybe he's not going to take the water of life, or we're going to die. Okay. Okay, so he lives up to protect us. Same thing. Okay. Shibaji says, Spacey, hurry, run for it. Okay. Anyway, Nagakura had saved me. And now the men they spared. You monsters! Anger boiled from the pit of my stomach. Once again, I reached for my Kadachi and stood up. But then, a shock zipped through me and I felt something hot spreading through my chest. Huh? The pain didn't register immediately, and I think my body was numb to it. It was as if it weren't actually happening to me. Then slowly, my vision grew dim and white covered my eyes. The strength to stand left my legs. I fell to my knees. I reached my hand out one last time for them, and my consciousness fell black. I think we all died. Because they were shot, and we died. That was... Okay. Well, there you go. That was like a 2-minute bad ending. The bad endings never take that long to get to. Man, there wasn't really anything. It's like, okay. Wow. But if we have a high romance with him, like, we don't have that. I wonder if it would still happen if we, like, you know what I mean? If we said, that's unfortunate. I told him it's not over yet. Okay. Now we're going to get the unrequited love ending. Where he will probably die. And not become a Fury. Haven't we had a couple of the unrequited love ending where they've died? I don't remember. I thought most of them, they just kind of left us. Okita threatened to kill us. Saito was like, okay, bear, blah, blah, blah. I don't remember. I could hear Nagakura's voice. I heard it, but I can't go. Wait, so he told me to leave. Okay, yeah. Please go. Go! His pained roar snapped me out of my daze, and I ran for it. Behind me, I could hear his voice screaming out,
Don't look back! Keep running!
Okay, I will. Oh, that's right. We're going to wait for him to never show up. Okay, we did that with a couple of them. I repeated his words over and over, running straight without ever looking back. The bitter pang of gunshots ran behind me, but I heeded his words and didn't look back. I ran. I don't remember how or to where, but somehow I got myself back to where the Shinsengumi were, learning that they were preparing to leave for Ito. I told them all that happened with Nagakura and Inoue, and Harada and Saito ran out. There was nothing else I could do. For myself, I headed for Osaka Castle, along with the retreating Shinsengumi parties. Before I'd realized, night had fallen. One after the other, Shinsengumi warriors, late in their escape, had started to return finally. Some were exhausted, and some had some gruesome injuries, but they seemed to have a sense of great relief that they'd made it back safely, if at all. But I knew this relief was fleeting, since the news of the battle was less than positive. By this time, the shogunate had almost completely retreated from both Kyoto and Osaka. The supreme commander, Lord Yoshinobu, had already escaped to Ito by ship. He had taken Kanamori Masudaira, the Shinsegumi's superior, who held the position of Kyoto military commissioner, with him to Ito. Since Lord Yoshinobu wasn't there to give orders, war could not continue from Osaka Castle. Hijikata was furious, and very painfully, he had to accept the retreat. It was a day filled with bad news for the Shinsengumi, but I couldn't care less about any of that right now. I buried my head on my knees in the corner of the room where everybody had gathered. It was almost impossible for me to pull myself up from where I'd sat. Thinking back to what had happened to Nagakura and Inoue, they were shot. What became of them? Please return safe. That was all I could wish for. Are you okay, Yukimura? A voice suddenly came from above my head. When I'd realized it was Saito, I slowly peeked up from my knees. Hey, I just got back. Above me stood both Saito and Harada, both of them looking incredibly fatigued. I jumped up quickly in the hopes of pressing them for an answer. Saito, Harada, welcome back. Any word on Inoue and Nagakura? They must have sensed the desperation of my voice. Saito didn't even look me in the eyes as he answered. Ken didn't make it. This was the worst response I'd expected, but it was something I knew was coming. His words hit me like a dull knife, and I went cold. Tears began to well in my eyes. Then I had taken a deep breath, mustering the courage to ask about the safety of the other one. I see. So, what of Nagakura? This time it was Harada who showed reluctance to answer. This alone, however, still gave me no clue. So this must mean Nagakura hadn't survived. Just as I began to consider the thought, well, Shibachi was alright. Wait, what? Really? Oh goodness, I'm so glad to hear it. A rush of relief and joy overcame me. He was safe. Where is he then? Hey, Shin, show your face at least, will ya? Harada turned and beckoned to a figure behind him who appeared to be Nagakura, watching from a slight distance, very timidly. Nagakura! Welcome back.
Huh? Yeah, I'm back, Spacey.
I'm so glad. Are your wounds okay? Weren't you shot over and over again? I'll need to treat you immediately, so I'll... Nagakura suddenly cut me short.
Well, about that. You heard about the news about us heading to Ito, yeah?
Huh? Well, yes, what about it? I stopped myself as his words registered.
I was kind of hoping that they would be like, we can't find them, and we would just wait for him to never come back, because this hurts more. He's like, alright, peace out, little sis, bye.
That wasn't really my concern at the moment. I have to clean his wounds right away.
We'll take you to Ito, and after that, you think you can leave the Shinsengumi?
As these words entered my ears, all of a sudden my mind went blank, as if time had stopped. What did he just say? Leave? Why? My voice was trembling. Words escaped me. Nagakura refused to face me as he paced around the room, but he continued to speak.
Please don't ask questions. I can't tell you. But you shouldn't be involved with the Shinsengumi anymore. Sana will take good care of you till you hit Ito. Sorry.
But Nagakura, why?
We'll figure out what to do about your father. So please don't get involved with us anymore. Sorry. I no longer have the right.
Nagakura briskly turned around, then walked off. All I could do was watch as his back grew smaller. That's when I had realized Nagakura was shot in the back from a bullet. However, he showed no sign of harm on his back. I have no idea what could have happened from the moment I left him on. There was no way of truly knowing. Guess Spacey Jesus. But I could imagine. Good. It has to be the result he'd wished for the least. As soon as I began to put the pieces together, I decided then that I should honor his request. Because if I were to remain around him, I knew I'd just cause Nagakura more trouble. I never wanted to cause him trouble ever again. So I'd chosen to leave them forever. And thus concluded my journey, told over the last 4 years with the Shinsengumi. The end. Bad end. It's the unrequited love end, but it's still like a bad ending if you think about it. Like, you know what I mean? Okay, we can skip that. Okay. The terrible bad end. So yeah. Okay, let's go. We're gonna look at our CGs. Look at our CGs, and we'll figure out. So, next we'll probably do Soma because he's the next. He's the last. Yeah, because he's the last kind of Shinsengumi guy. He's the page boy. And then obviously we'll do Ryoma. So that'll be long because we've seen him once. We've never seen him since. So there'll be a lot of different stuff probably in his path. It would probably, I feel like Soma and Ryoma will probably be more like Iba, where there's like 6, 7 parts. Because there'll be a lot of, well, like 6 on average. I don't know. Because there'll be a lot of different stuff. Possibly the same with Kazama because we haven't done anything. And then Hijikata, we'll see if we do skip through or read the whole thing. I don't know. Like, nobody said anything. And, like, my thing is just skip through so I don't have to read it all over again. We can stop on the Hijikata scenes and just read those. But, hold on a second. Okay, only that one and the, okay. So there's us bandaging his wound. Oh, he looks so pretty. Okay, I know we look derpy and weird here, but that is like one of the best ones of him. I usually like to just end it on just them, but he looks really good there. Like, it's just that one is just ridiculous. I love Harada and Saito in the background. And even Isuke is like, ah! It's just ridiculous. That's like one of the only ones that we have of him that's like alone without us in it, isn't it? Oh, we have that one, but he looks so hurt and pained. You want that pretty happy face, not the like pained face, you know? Like, I don't know. Oh, this one had another, that one's adorable. That one, he looks so beautiful despite the fact that he's all bloodied up and shit. Like, why? Like, why do you look so pretty even though you're dying? That one's good too. That's actually it. Those are the only ones. Yeah, he doesn't have a lot. And there's not a lot of him on his own. So this is like, I think, one of my favorites of him, even though she's in it. But she looks actually okay. She doesn't look as... She still has giant, derpy anime eyes, but it's not as bad as some of the other ones. But, like, usually there's, like, a better one of just them. The gloriousness. But we have him looking angry, or looking sad, or looking dead. I mean, like, it's really... So it's like, huh. You don't have, like, the pretty face without us being in it. So, anyway, so we'll leave it on this one. But, yeah, so we'll do Soma when we come back in the next part. And I have a feeling the last ones are going to be a little bit longer, so I haven't decided what we'll do with Hijikata, if I'll skip through or if I'll just read the whole thing again. I'm not sure. I don't really think I want to read the whole thing again, but, I mean, we can always stop when we have, like, I know there's a couple of scenes with just Hijikata that we've kind of already read because of going down other people's paths, so we can stop and still read those. Or we might skip. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know how I'm going to feel when we get there. Like, do I want to read the whole game over again? Or do I want to just skip through? I think there's more scenes in his. Because there's, like, supposedly what I've heard is there's like more like the backstory and history or whatever in his path. So maybe there's probably a lot more scenes because I think he's the canon. So I'm sure he's gonna have a lot more, even if we skip through the stuff we've already read. So we'll see. We'll see how I feel when we get there. But yeah, so we'll do Soma next. And then we'll do Ryoma because he seems like he's like not technically on our side. He seems like it could be a bad, you know what I mean? We'll see what that's all about. Those ones will probably be longer, like I said, just because we've never seen them. We barely see them, or have barely seen them in any of these paths. And then we'll do Kazama because he's like the bad guy. And then we'll do Hichikata, and then we'll be done. So we've only got 4 guys left, but we'll probably be done toward the end of October. This is the beginning of October right now when this is going to go up. Holy shit. So we'll probably be done by the end of October. Or if we, depending on how long the other parts are, and if we read all of Hijikata's, we might be done like a couple days into November. But then we'll be starting Edo Blossoms. I'm excited about that. I am. But anyway, I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.